What's going on, people? Another social exclusive. Myself, the Mayor.
Myself, Luke.
And we have episode 1 for the superstar section of the rise and fall of WWE, highlighting our list of the most underappreciated, underused. In the eyes of WWE, you are a waste man wrestler. A list of 15. You know what I'm saying? The list here, I mean, some of the most talented dons, but in the eyes of WWE, your pink slip's coming anytime soon. If it hasn't come already, then expect the good luck in future endeavours speech. We have a list of who we chosen to be the guys who should have been the guys, or should at least play the role in some sort of way. So yeah, we're starting at 15.
15 is Carlito. Oh my days, that guy could wrestle. He even had the mic skills. But somewhere along the line, he was not taken seriously, and he never got pushed up to the main event level, even underneath that main event level. The only thing good that he got in terms of main event status was the Elimination Chamber when he teamed up with Chris Masters. That was the only main event spot that he got that maybe, was good. But I would have figured that he would be at least just underneath a good major storyline. But he never got that. He did get the Intercontinental belt, which I might add, he ran with it as well. He prestiged the belt as well. But he never got anything else, which really did confuse me. Because like I said, he was a very good wrestler. He was a good technician in the ring. He had the mic skills as well. He had the catchphrase. He was just solid gold. Maybe he didn't fit that WWE mold of the big guy, why he didn't get pushed. But yet again, another superstars with all the tools in the bag, but they blew the ball with it.
Just the site as well, he was a second generation wrestler, and WWE didn't take no note of that. But that's Carlito for you, my people. 14, we have Lance Storm, WCW trainer for some of the bright talent we see in WWE today. WWE were not ready to utilize this guy, mainly because he looks like Forrest Gump.
He did look like him.
He did, but Lance Storm is that guy. His super kicks were one of the best in the flipping business. Outstanding wrestler. I mean, there's a lot. There's one guy on this list that I can compare with Lance Storm. That's Finlay. Finlay's actually a decent wrestler.
Yeah.
So in that capacity, Finlay got what he deserved. Lance Storm didn't.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about that. It's 14.
Such a brilliant mat wrestler as well. Such a brilliant mat wrestler. My days. He reminds me of Daniel Bryan, though, I can't lie. I always have that small comparison between them two. But yeah, on to 13. Test. My days. R.I.P. His boots. His boots were nice, solid, sweetly connected. Only some individuals sold it right though. But brilliant guy. He had the size, he had the look, he had the finisher, and he could actually wrestle as well. Yet again, another superstar dropped the ball with. Now, WWE has always said that they've prided themselves on big guys. You had that big guy, and you still didn't utilize him well. Oh, not to mention his theme music is still one of the best theme music I've heard in a long while. But like I said, Test never really got pushed correctly. All they gave him was the ECW title, and that was it. Never gave him the World Heavyweight title, never gave him the WWE title. And he won the Intercontinental belt and was just languishing in the mid-cards. Never got pushed into main event status, and I don't know why. when they did bring him back into ECW, I never understood that myself. And they watered down his theme, and he was only there for a short while. So that for me was upsetting. Another underrated guy that really should have been appreciated a bit more. He had the size, had the look, which is what WWE wanted, and they dropped the ball with him and didn't utilize him well. So that is why he is number 13.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to Test. Number 12, you have Mick Foley. Mick Foley's he's decorated. He's got a decorated career. I personally feel as why Mick Foley's on the list is because Mick Foley could have done more creative wise, and he could have done more promo wise. Every time Mick Foley enters that ring in this era, every promo that he makes is that gold that touches the heart. It's that solid promo. The last time we saw Mick Foley was with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and that promo just basically spoke. When you need someone to describe Hell in a Cell, best person to bring is Mick Foley, because that guy, he puts the emphasis on Hell in a Cell enough for them man to actually go out and have that decent match. But even though he's got a decorated career, Mick Foley has had numerous amounts of encounters with current creative team, Triple H boys, and on bare occasions.
Don't know why.
Like Triple H boys are a lot of people subliminally, but no one seems to take notice of it. But I have to put Mick Foley there, number 12, just because he's that guy that WWE simply just tossed aside. So that's Mick Foley.
And also for me, the talent that he's put over as well and delivered 5-star matches with
Edge, Orton, even Flair
and Dolph. Like, I generally believe like WWE just don't appreciate what he's brought, and they only appreciate him for the Hell in a Cell. They don't literally appreciate him for what he's done in terms of elevated certain superstars and delivered 5-star matches. And that's another one that really does hit home for me as well. So yeah, definitely. William Regal. Oh my days. And it's just like what Matt Striker said, one of the best to never hold the World Heavyweight title. That guy was a technician. His knee trembler finisher was solid. He could wrestle. He had the mic skills. He may not even have the look, because he didn't, but he had the tools to get it done in the ring. He held it down. And even for his age as well, he could still hold a solid match. And WWE never rated him.
Yep.
Now, I do have to say, when he won King of the Ring, I didn't understand that. I really didn't. But maybe for WWE, it was their way to compensate for not giving him those big titles. But for me, I don't buy it. And I know for D, he ain't buying it. Now, he definitely should have held either title. And just like Mick Foley as well, I don't think he was appreciated as well for the amount of stuff that he has brought to the table, brought to the to the young talents, put on brilliant matches, and the fact that man had to kiss Vince McMahon's ass says alone that he wasn't appreciated and wasn't valued. So it's that true. Is why he is my number 11.
Yeah, it's one to add as well that underappreciated, but he set the platform for not only English wrestlers to come through and break it through in America, but for European wrestlers to come through as well. Cesaro has stayed him as an inspiration. Wade Barrett stayed him as an inspiration. Even Triple H states William Regal as an inspiration, because it was William Regal that, even though he was getting through with his career, he was training Triple H when what's that guy? Whatever that Russian guy's name is.
Killer Kowalski.
That's it. Yeah. When he was done training him, Triple H was in WCW with Regal doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? So William Regal is our number 11. Our number 10 goes to Low Key. Oh, even though some they know him by another name, I know him as Low Key. Low Key is there for being one of the most talented, versatile wrestlers on the planet. New Japan Pro Wrestling alumni, Ring of Honor alumni, TNA alumni, WWE alumni. My just alumni is all over. TNA, Low Key is there, number 10, as WWE's skid mark. Practically. Because they put him in NXT. Now, everyone remembers they put Daniel Bryan in NXT and he had The Miz as his mentor. But what was a big slap in the face is have Low Key go in at NXT and having to prove himself over and over again that he's the Don. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. WWE buoyed him.
And to put man up with Layco as well as your mentor.
Yeah, they buoyed him. They buoyed him. So that's Low Key. I don't really have to say much for Low Key. Fantastic wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Foot stomp. Diving foot stomp. Two people do it nice. Prince Devitt and Low Key. And Low Key's one was disgusting. So that's the number 10.
Number 9. Now he comes on the list purely because of this week's episode of Raw. And that guy is Jamie Noble. Now, if you watched this week's episode of Raw, you would have noticed that WWE are trying to make out that Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury has never wrestled before in their life. When these times, if you look back in the history, my guy was one of the bright guys to come out of that cruiserweight division. He, along with other guys and my Don, Gregory Helms, rejuvenated and revitalized that division. He prestiged that though. He was a brilliant wrestler. He never had the look, and his mic skills was probably a bit below under par, but he could wrestle his socks off. Brilliant guy, and he has to come in number 9 because, you know, obviously the cruiserweight division is done and gone, but he will always be remembered as one of the best wrestlers in that division. And the simple fact that they're buoying him now to make out that he's never wrestled before, when we all know he has, that's why he has made the list, because he is not being rated and valued.
Yeah, the Chris Benoit of the cruiserweight division, that number 9. Number 8, you have Evan Bourne. Evan Bourne's there for being technically gifted.
Yeah,
he was the high flyer.
Brilliant.
He's there at number 8 because WWE just didn't give him a chance. They didn't allow him to recuperate. And when the time was right, they just released him. But everyone needs to go check out Evan Bourne. If he wasn't around when Evan Bourne was around, Shooting Star Press was emotional. Even when it got reversed to an RKO. Fantastic. Evan Bourne's been in some decent Money in the Bank ladder matches. Is ladder Money in the Bank? He's been in these matches. He's been in these matches. He's been in some high profile matches. Pretty sure he's got a WrestleMania moment as well.
Yeah, he done the Shooting Star Press off of the ladder.
Yeah. So then you have Evan Bourne there at number 8.
Number 7 is Chris Hero, aka Cassius Ohno. Now, we both will be talking about him because I know how much Demir loves the guy as well. But yeah, Chris Hero, just like Low Key has been mentioned, another guy that is proven around the world. Credibility up there. One of the brilliant guys to come out of that indie scene, along with CM Punk, along with Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro. The list goes on. But Chris Hero, a guy that got turfed right into NXT, and for me, I don't know why he was in there, because he was a proven guy, brilliant wrestler. And you know what took the piss? They sacked man. Do you want to know why they sacked man? Apparently because he didn't know how to shift his weight. He needed to lose weight, and he couldn't lose weight because he kept on putting on weight. And because of that, they sacked man. Not because he couldn't wrestle, not because he could deliver good promos and he had solid mic skills, not because he didn't have the look, but because of one insecurity thing. He could not shift his weight. And WWE has claimed that they ain't bullies. WWE has claimed that they're not racist, but they have proven that they're bullies because man couldn't even shift his weight. What about all of the big guys you've got in your roster now? What about Umaga? What about Big Daddy V? You got Mark Henry there. You got Big Show there. I'm pretty sure there's other big guys that you've had that was bigger than him, and you still kept him. But yet you decide to get rid of him. Why? I do not know. And if that is the main reason why, then you guys are pricks.
That's pretty much it.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. With Chris Hero, again, that guy that even up to this day is on par with the likes of Sami Zayn. I'm saying worked with man like Sami Zayn, worked with all them guys in the independent circuit. WWE didn't want to bank. They brought him in because he was a hot commodity. But again, if you can't fit into the style of WWE, then WWE will just chief you. So that was number 7. The number 6 is Zack Ryder. Now, why is that? Is that number 6 above those that we've already spoke of already? Zack Ryder's that guy who's tried. He's actually tried, and where you have individuals said, "Oh, I should have stayed in the tag team," and we can go about that all day, and you probably say, "Yeah, you should have stayed in the tag team." But with Zack Ryder, even as a singles competitor, he tried. He even got attention by pushing himself. You know what I'm saying? He made his own YouTube series. He pushed himself, and this is before WWE adopted Twitter. This is before WWE adopted their concept of a WWE network. Straight from Zack Ryder, showing you the potential of social media and what social media can do for a superstar who puts in the time and effort. Zack Ryder done it. Zack Ryder allowed WWE to gas him up, took the idea, took the concept. The concept's no longer Zack Ryder's. No one's watching the show no more because the show is, owned by WWE. Zack Ryder's not making moves no more because WWE took the momentum from Zack Ryder and put it exactly where they wanted to go, back into WWE. When Zack Ryder had that, all of that going for him, he had moments on Raw, he had title opportunities, he had title wins, and through the hands of the Authority, Kane crumbled that crap swiftly, moved him along. Is Superstar still about?
I believe so.
Probably see him as Superstar for anyone that still watches that Saturday morning slam main event. I still haven't watched the main event to this day. But Zack Ryder is at number 6. Just for being that guy who really and truly, you want to know when WWE are going to release him, because it's obvious they don't have anything for him. He's tried his hardest. No one can really tell him he hasn't tried. No one can really tell him that you need to stick in there, and you know what I'm saying, it will come to you. He's done what he needed to do, and there's nothing more for him. Number 6.
Number 5, my personal favorite. Everybody that knows me knows how much I rate this Don so highly.
The gold standard.
Oh, Shelton Benjamin. My days. Now, I could talk about him for a very long time, but we do not have the time for that. So, my guy Shelton Benjamin. Now, he would be classed as a veteran because he was in the WWE for many years, actually. Probably, I think, 10 years, I think.
2003.
Yeah, so a very long time. Now, they brought man in, gave him his money in the bank moments. 6 times he's been in that Money in the Bank, and not one of those times he's won it. Now, I've always believed that he should have won one at least, Just like Chris Jericho, he should have won one at least because that was his idea, but he didn't. Shelton Benjamin should have won one at least because he was the star performer in every single Money in the Bank. He did not win it. For what reason, I do not know. He's just like a Kofi Kingston, just a filler in cards. And that is what they made man out to be. He delivered spectacular moments. He's a brilliant mat wrestler. He can high fly. He didn't have the mic skills, unfortunately, but he still could go in a ring. And that is why he is number 5. He was so underutilized, undervalued, and it was just upsetting to see a guy like him not being utilized at all. They done him wrong. He was a breath of fresh air in the tag division with Charlie Haas, a good mix, teamed him up with the right guy in Kurt Angle. He was a breath of fresh air in that division. He brought credibility back into the Intercontinental belt. He done well with the US title as well. You know, the match against Shawn Michaels was brilliant. Money in the Bank moments was brilliant.
Triple H match
as well. I think that's the only guy he's actually put man over.
You put him over and you still win. That's done flex, you know.
That is done flex. So, you know, he deserves that top 5 spot in my opinion. And as
Jim Ross, I can quote Jim Ross, the most athletic superstar in a Money in the Bank match. Shelton Benjamin at your number 5. Number 4, the world's strongest man. This is what I do. Mark Henry. Mark Henry is at number 4 for being the guy who's been there since the Attitude Era, that has had opportunity after opportunity, but creative have not banked on Mark Henry. I don't know what Mark Henry is going to do to rejuvenate his run now, because he's still got a lot left in the tank. He's still got enough left in the tank indeed. With Mark Henry, the most convincing, the best Mark Henry promo is when he fought Cena, and he's done the business. That's what you call a true heel.
He should have won the belt.
Mark Henry, from number 4 to number 1, it's going to be hurtful. So I'm going to keep it short because Mark Henry, it hurts talking about Mark Henry.
It really does.
Mark Henry should, just like William Regal at number 11, he should be world champion. Fair enough, he's world champion, but he needs a WWE title. It's not happening now. But when Cena was champion, that would have been a good time to give him the belt. But that's your number 4, Mr. This Is What I Do, Mr. Hall of Pain. So happy they didn't give that gimmick to Brodus Clay.
I'm happy as well. But like the Miz said, we can talk about him for time because that is a touching topic. So, number 3, Cody Rhodes. My days, the guy that brought back the old IC title, that big pop that he received, I was screaming as well. I cannot lie.
SmackDown's good times, boy.
Yeah, for real. He single-handedly carried SmackDown, and let's talk about that. The world title was on SmackDown, and the IC title carried the SmackDown brand. That's how you know the credibility of that belt was back because of him. He's a brilliant wrestler, had the mic skills. He even got the look. And when he was on that heel gimmick, brilliant, solid gimmick, made it his own, one of the best. But what happened? He dropped the belt, and then they gave it back to him, and it was never the same again. There was no point, because that was it. The belt meant nothing now. Now, he's in that Stardust gimmick, and it's only a matter of time before they break the ball on that as well. And there's no point in them doing the brother versus brother gimmick at WrestleMania, because they should have done it there and then instead of letting it drag out now. So he is in number 3 because, you know, he's proven that he can take a title and rejuvenate it, and he can carry a SmackDown show for X amount of months and make it his own. So he's proven that with a big pressure and big responsibility, he can do a thing. But yet again, they ain't giving man the good storylines. They're putting him up in a gimmick, in my opinion. And if it wasn't for that gimmick, he would still be lingering with nothing to do now. Yeah. And with a guy of his potential, with a guy of his ability and wrestling ability and mic gimmicks, he should be up there with our number one category as well. He should be up there with him. And yeah, he's not getting the respect that is due to him, so that's why he's number 3.
Yeah. Number 2, we have Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro is just that guy, that all-round guy. Put him anywhere, he does the job. Put him with a small don, he'll do the job. Put him with a big guy, he'll do the job. Ring of Honor alumni. Not only Raw and SmackDown, that's this guy like his talents. He goes back to NXT to do the business every now and again. Similar with Cody Rhodes, the WWE dropped the ball on Cesaro. Cesaro is pushing that age where he will retire. If WWE don't do anything with him, he's gonna retire. There's only a certain amount that Cesaro can do. He's at number 2, being that guy who really doesn't need to do anything else. But obviously someone has to come before him. This is Cesaro, again, just like Mark Henry and Cody, how it's talking about him. The King of Swing.
For real.
At number 2.
And the reason why he's not getting a push is apparently Vince don't like him because he has no charisma.
Okay.
So yeah, something petty like WWE likes to single out, just an excuse to put man down so that they don't utilize them. Anyway, and number 1, you can imagine who he is, everybody. He is the show-off. The cross between Billy Gunn and Shawn Michaels himself.
Mr. Perfect. And yeah, man, he's just everything.
He's just everything. And he is Dolph Ziggler. That guy. Oh my days.
Mr. I can show off my bumps. He can take bumps.
Real bumps.
Like,
real solid bumps. That bump with Tensai when man threw him across. My days, he done a nice bump on that chair.
Or even a clothesline in Survivor Series. Man got turned inside out. Like, Dolph Ziggler is that guy who WWE have buoyed out to a point where, unlike all the other people in this list, the fans are fighting against WWE to keep Dolph Ziggler on television, to keep him with titles and to give him what he deserves. That's why Dolph Ziggler's at number 1, because WWE buoys him, and unlike all the other guys on the list, everybody knows that WWE is buoying them.
Yeah, because, you know, for a man to debut in a Spirit Squad and run with it till now, you know,
that's
a very hard gimmick, fam,
to follow, you know, to come off, you know, the Spirit Squad. The fact that you can go from something like the Spirit Squad and no one's talking about it now, because that's in your past. When everyone thought that man like Dykstra was going to be the guy from the Spirit Squad to come through, you know what I'm saying? And if WWE was really smart, they would have taken the both of them, and eventually established that match to be like, look where these guys came from. They came from something shit like the Spirit Squad. You're having to be upset about it. Look at where Shawn Michaels came from. He came from the Rockers. Them man looked hella wasteman. They looked like wastemen. Like, you have to look at where some of these wrestlers come from and just run with it. But Dolph Ziggler, promo-wise, he even told you, what does he have to do? What does he have to do? Matches. What does he have to do?
5-star.
5-star every single time. Unless he's getting screwed, he'll put on the match. You know what I'm saying? Dolph Ziggler, he comes at number 1 for being WWE's best wrestler currently in the roster today. To be buoyed. So, before we just say our goodbyes, we've got a special mention. You know, saying we have to put in a Hall of Famer in.
Yeah.
But hold up. Don't get it twisted. He's not a Hall of Famer. In my eyes, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm putting in Randy Savage, and he is a special mention in this list for being the guy that WWE boys out. I don't care whether you put him in the Hall of Fame. It pisses me off that he's not in the Hall of Fame already. That's all I have to say. You use his image, you use everything. You've got all of his archive footage,
his moveset days,
everything, but you don't put man in. CM Punk here, how much time does CM Punk have to do a dive and flipping elbow for you man to put him in? My man dies, the only person that gave man a tribute was CM Punk, and everyone follows through.
And even John Cena mentioned it in a promo about how he still set people's wrestling moves, and it was that diving elbow. They didn't mention his name because obviously they'll be breaking the fourth wall, but he was who John Cena was talking about. But yeah, we had to give him a special mention because how could we not? And just to wrap this up, hope you enjoyed our list. I'm pretty sure that there will be more people on the list that you guys would have incorporated on, but like we said at the beginning, that was just our list on who we figured and who we thought was being undervalued, underappreciated, and just strictly boyed out.
So this is episode 1 for the superstar section. I'm saying remember to check out episode 2 and the exclusive episode 2.5, where we'll be mentioning a very special person indeed.
Oh yes, very special.
So I am the Mayor
and I am Luke.
Until next time, peace out.